All right, all right. Most High bless, Most High bless, Most High bless. This is your brother, Qanath Yahawashi, with our special guest.
Most High bless,
Uh,
Most High bless.
always a special guest, but he always on here all the time. That's Professor Lee Cummings. Hey Lee, can you turn your mic down on the other side or close your other screen because I hear the feedback coming back like it did last time.
Is that me?
Yeah, that's you.
Let me see if I'm on. I only came in. Oh, I know what happened. I'm only on. Oh, I see. I'm on twice.
Yeah.
There you go. We good? I did the same thing.
Good now. Okay, we good now. And y'all know every time we had Lee on, he does this every damn time. I don't know what's up with the brother with that every day.
I know, right?
Every damn time. Hey, you know, it must be a Chicago thing, man. I don't know, man.
I don't even know how that happened, man. What's up, guys?
It must be a Chicago thing. Hey, Lee, before we get on with the interview and what you're going to, your presentation.
I did apologize. I apologize for the last time I was on the air, right? Okay.
No, you didn't.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Real talk.
Yeah. No doubt. So, of course, we've been off for a week. Not because it was a choice of our own. YouTube flagged us, suspended us for a week because of basically the knowledge that we brought out. They didn't flag us because we used other people's material. They didn't flag us because we was using any thing that went against their guidelines.
Right.
Their guideline was that we was telling falsehood about the lollipop, and I don't want to talk about it because I'm not trying to get flagged again. You know what I mean?
They watching. You know they own you tonight.
Right. So they flagged us for that. In fact, they flagged all our channels.
Wow.
You know, they flagged all our channels. So we're just gonna stop talking about that. You know, we may make another channel just to talk about that. Shalom the Star, Lima, Tim, Nehemiah, Jason, Most High bless all of y'all, man, and everybody that's not on the comment board. Yeah, so we're gonna get into a lot of other things probably later on tonight. I know the brother Shashem, he want to talk about some stuff, Yehuda, and we got a special guest. That's right, goddamn. We got a special guest coming on real soon from the Black Panther Party to talk about some issues that I'm sure everybody will find very, very, very interesting. And we have another brother who's supposed to come on. He want to talk about his book also, you know. But this brother here, man, his books are phenomenal. To me, really second to none. Until somebody prove better. It's not a competition, you know. It's about edification, you know. So again, our beloved brother, Professor Lee Cummings, you introduce yourself. I'm asking you questions, and then you can go into wherever you want to go into, my brother. Most High bless. How you doing?
Hey, man, I can't complain. I'm blessed. I mean, you know, I'm trying to stay out the way. You know, I think we talked about. We have been talking about this dictionary for about what 6-7 months now. I think even the last time I spoke, we talked about it early in the morning.
Right.
I call him. He be asleep, and I have to wake him
up. hey, y'all, Lee would call me at 7 o'clock in the damn morning, talking about how you doing? What's up? I'm like, huh?
Right. Trying to
that
get
man
up.
Said, well, that man at Starbucks drinking coffee. You know what I mean?
Man, you know, like I tell people, you know, we the narrative concerning the Hebrew Israelite or just the so-called Negro in America has been written by every other ethnic group in this country but us. There was a time when the narrative and whenever it was contextualized, it was done by an Asian, a Gentile, a Hamite, but it was never us. So now, even their dictionaries, Webster got a dictionary, Oxford had a dictionary, everybody had a dictionary, but none of these dictionaries were published by a Hebrew Israelite. So Most High put it on my mind a year and a half ago to publish a dictionary, and not just any dictionary. This dictionary has been written in English and in Aramaic, using a concordance structure style from A to Z. But what's so unique about this dictionary is it gives accurate translations. It has valid real artifacts. We don't have no imaginary, the figment of somebody's imagination. You seen that Bible, the African Heritage Bible, where the guy goes in and paints all these pictures of what he think the Israelites should look like, what Moses looked like. No, we got all our images are real. But but one of the great features of this book is it's actually 2 books in one. The first half of the book is a dictionary, A to Z. And as we get into the interview, if time allows it, I'll take you and let you guys see some sample pages.
Right.
But
well, can we put the name of the book? I don't think you mentioned the name.
The title of the book is The Negro Question, a Paleo Hebrew Dictionary. Okay. And there's nothing in the world like it. That's how unique the dictionary is. It's 2 books in one. The second book in the bowels of this book is a 4-step process that will teach any beginner how to translate Paleo Hebrew. See, we got a bunch of people out here that can write using the letters, but everybody can't translate. That's what's so unique about the book. Yeah.
Okay, you know what I find, man? You guys from Chi-Town, Chicago, man, and the sisters, you always want to be first in every damn thing. You know, Chicago, first Black president. You always gotta be first in every damn thing.
Lord, man, ain't that crazy, man? It's crazy.
Hey, look, Fred, now a lot of my brothers and sisters be married from Baltimore, but from my understanding, house music come from Baltimore. Right. It's a lot of things that came from Baltimore. I'm sorry, Chicago. First house music came from Chicago. A lot of stuff from Chicago. I was told that hand dancing came from Chicago. I beg to differ, right. But we'll see. But this book, before you go into it, can you give us a brief resume of your past work? I know you don't like talking about it all the time, being braggadocious, but I think it's very important so everybody know exactly who they have the presence of seeing tonight.
Well, when we started out, when I first started out in the genre back in 2011, I was, and I'm not bragging or boasting, but when I first started writing books, there were no images on the book. So there were no images on the front cover of the books. Did nobody have artifacts inside their books? I was the first one, again, to come along and put the artifacts on the front cover, the back cover, inside the book to tell the story. I started writing in 2011. I wrote the first piece was an identification piece. Who am I? So that was for anybody that didn't know that they was Israel. Then I did the second book was the African slave ships that came from Judah. And the highlight of that book was we had a map that was created in 1747 that showed that the original name of the slave coast was the Kingdom of Judah. That which meant the Gentiles knew as early as 1747 that the Negroes in the southern states that they called slaves was Israel. They knew that. Mm-hmm. The third book was the Black Pentecost, which proved that everybody that came to Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost were black folks. The fourth book was the Missing Link. The Missing Link showed how the Europeans and the Gentiles tried to hide the fact that there were blacks rulers and kings all over Europe from the very beginning. The fifth book, Joseph in the 12th dynasty of Egypt, I show a timeline how I located Joseph in the 12th dynasty of Egypt and how I located Moses in the 18th dynasty with the pharaohs that all had the last name Moses. The sixth book is called the 13 Black Colonies. I proved that the Black Scots, the Black Germans, and the Black Irish were the original colonizers of the British colonies. I have not had a Gentile scholar to challenge me to a debate. And I wrote that book in 2013. Part 7 is the Swarthy Memoirs. That's a compilation of the eyewitness account that the 13 black colonies were originally founded by black people. Mm-hmm. Then I came out and I published. I said, well, let me switch up because these guys was copying me. I call them the intellectual thieves on the internet. So that's why I kept switching up, doing different type of books, because I said by the time they figure this one out, I'm on to the next one. So then I said, you know what? Let me publish a Bible that has real black artifacts, timelines, spreadsheets. So I came out with Moses and the 5 books of the law. which is what that people commonly call the Torah, the first 5 books of the Bible. Then I came back with a second volume called Samuel, from Samuel to the last king of Judah. Then I know it's a lot of work. Then I did the 7th seal. The 7th seal was what's so unique about the 7th seal is I wrote that in 3 languages: French, Spanish, and English. Then what's next? And then my latest work is this dictionary, the Negro Question, Paleo-Hebrew Dictionary. This makes me the first African American or Israelite in the history of the United States to publish a biblical dictionary and or to publish a dictionary, period. Man, can you believe that? And what's so unique about this, I created a 4-step process to teach people how to translate. Guess what? The patent office gave me a patent. So not only did I become, this is incredible. Not only did I become, when I set out to do it, I didn't even know. One day I said, Spirit said, Google, how many black people have published a dictionary in the United States? And it came back. It was one guy, I think Count Basie did a jab. He did something called a jab dictionary where he was explaining musical slang. Another guy, they had another one called the Autobiography of Blacks. They were not dictionaries per se. So I'm number 1 in terms of publishing a biblical dictionary, a Bible dictionary, but I'm still in the top 3. I'm number 1 overall.
Right.
But what's creepy about it is I didn't start out with that quest in mind. It fell in my lap, man.
Right. It's a spirit. It's a spirit.
Huh?
I say it's the spirit.
You know what the question is? What good is this? What good is this? What good is being able to translate gonna do? I said, listen, I'm giving back. We're giving the people back the original alphabet, and we're showing them how to spell and translate in this book. There's no school, no institution, Yale, Harvard, high school, public schools that offers the original alphabet, Paleo-Hebrew, and they do not teach. Anybody, and I'm gonna say this and reiterate this: anybody can teach you to write the alphabet, but they're not. There are not that many translators in the world. Right. I'm not talking about in America. I'm talking about the world. And case in point, the translations that everybody believe are accurate date back to 1880, 1890. They are not accurate. I just did a press release. On the Killamula Steel, showing that they missed. I did that. And guess what? None of their scholars responded. What does that tell you? They're not responding.
You know what it tells me, Lee, before I get into my question, what it tells me is when you see any of our black scientists, from doctors, from engineers, inventors, and writers, they wait and then they steal. They wait and they steal.
Intellectual thieves.
And unfortunately, some of our own brothers and sisters will do the same thing and not give credit. We done something the other day, and we used a text out of one of your books, and we gave you all the credit for it. I know you wouldn't have mind. We gave you all the credit for it.
Thank you, Jesus. They don't do that.
Right. It has to be known. That's why this is a privilege for me.
That.
Right. This is a privilege for me. And I'm going to tell y'all, brothers and sisters, what this brother did. We've been talking some time now, and he's an official F.O.P.E. member for our people edification, just to edify. You know what I mean? It's all about edifying people. And the brother said, you know what? I told him, you can come on the show and do whatever. He actually offered to give me money. Man, let me help. I said, no, you're my brother, because this is what we're supposed to do for one another, man, because this is very important. It's very important. Everybody that's listening to this right here, you're watching history here. This is history here, which you're watching, because a lot of times, we do a lot of studies, and we would go into different commentaries by other people, right? And dictionaries by other people, and we always learn his story, you know what I mean? His story, and not learn our story. So what better way to get it from one of our own? Before I ask the questions, one of my beloved sisters, she asked the question in the comment section. If anybody have any questions, please put the questions in the comment board and don't hold back, because he's built for this. He's from Chicago. He's built for this. Okay. She said, is he self-published? That's what. Are you self-published?
Yeah, I've been publishing books since 2011. So yeah, to answer the question, yeah, because when I first started and you started approaching the Gentiles, see, the Gentiles had a lock on the publishing game, just like they got a lock on everything else. So when you went through them to try to get a book published, they started talking about 2,500, 3,500. You ain't got that kind of money in the beginning. So I prayed and asked the Lord to show me, and He showed me how to publish. You have to, if you're interested in writing, if that's the basis of your question, having a thought to put down on paper is fine. But then there are a lot of little things you're gonna have to be able to do as an author. You're gonna have to learn how to use spreadsheets. You're gonna have to learn how to use maps. You're gonna have to learn how to use timelines. You have to learn how to structure the book the way that a publishing company was structured. It's like little bitty things, nitpicky things that people pick at when you start writing. To answer, I know it was a long response, but
no.
Yes, to answer the question, yes.
Well, okay. A lot of people asking, like 2 or 3 people already asked, when you're going to drop it and when can they get it? You haven't even got it to the presentation. So get it in the name of the book again. When can and how can they get it? They already want to know how can they get it.
See, this the thing. Now I'm gonna let you guys know how blessed you are. Initially, I was offering this course. This is what I did. I teach a history course. I teach a history course, 6,000 years of human history, and then I also teach a Paleo Hebrew Aramaic course. So I decided to merge the 2 courses together, and I came up with a super course. At first, I talked to Qanath about it. I said, "Man, we're gonna offer this course for $500 because it's a $7,000 course. If you went to a university and tried to take my course, in fact, my course wouldn't exist at a university because they don't have the skill sets. They so-called professors. But the 24-hour history course is worth $7,000. Then I thought, no, really, it was the Spirit moved on me. These people everybody don't have $500 because all this pandemic and all the other stuff that's happening in the world. Mm-hmm. So the Most High moved on me to give the course away for free. So this super course, 6,000 years of human history, beginning with Adam, ending in this generation through 2021. And also, you're going to be getting what? You're going to learn how to read, write, and translate. I mean, you'll be able to walk up to a Dead Sea Scroll. You'll be the only one in the room that can read it. You're ready to read the Moabite steel, all that. I'm going to teach you all that. The only thing we require, it's a free course. The only thing we require is that you buy the dictionary. Now, the dictionary costs $250, but the course itself is worth $7,000. It's a no-brainer. And the dictionary is what? 2 books in 1. You can go to the Negro Question Bookstore. All you have to do is type in the Negro Question Bookstore. It's going to take you to the bookstore. You're going to see the paperback.
Moderators, can you put that in the chat? Negro Question Bookstore. Can you put that in the chat? So
yeah, the Negro Question Bookstore. That's all you got to do. The Negro Question Bookstore. Click on the icon that says the Negro Question Paleo Hebrew Dictionary. Pay the $250. The class starts on the 22nd. It's a 24-hour class. You're going to meet Monday and Wednesdays from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock for 12 weeks. And all you have to do is buy the dictionary. This is a great time in the history of Israel to be a Hebrew Israelite. Why? We got our own dictionary now. Y'all don't understand the magnitude of what's happening. There was a time we didn't have none of this. There was no Negro question books. There was no dictionaries. Everything we had to glean. When there was no internet. You know what I mean, Qanath? Yes. The old times, all they had was the scriptures. Right. So we have our own dictionary, y'all. This is a momentous occasion.
It's a story. And what I like, Professor, what you're doing, we're taking back what belongs to us. right?
It's hard. Right.
And now, for some reason, it's derogatory to use the word Negro, right? And we have, and we need to stop saying the other N word and put some respect on the Negro question, because now.
Let me ask you a question, Qanath. What is the Negro question? Who is this nigga? Who is this Negro in America?
Right.
That's where the title came from. We got one of these other cats that was biting on me. What's the dude? Ron Dalton. Ron Dalton came out with his book, From Hebrews to Negroes. He emailed me and asked me, hey, before he wrote his first book, I didn't even know the guy. He said, is it okay if I use some information? I said, man, I have no problem as long as you give me credit, which he didn't. But interesting, ain't it?
Well, I was going to bring that up. I was going to beat you to the punch. I was going to bring it up because he's our brother, but it's very important that what they call that when you use somebody else. Plagiarism. And it's very important that we stick together as a Negro family, right? And spread this knowledge out. It's another question. Please put that title in the comment section. Can he read or decipher ancient Sumerian? Interesting.
Tell him the Samaritan Pentateuch. I trained with that. I trained with it because it's harder than Paleo Hebrew. So it's a bastard form of Paleo Hebrew and Aramaic is one and the same. They're gonna try to trick you. These are Gentile scholars that say, "Oh, Jesus done spoke Aramaic." Aram was one of the sons of Shem, so it was named after him. So, and the oldest seal that we have in Aramaic or Paleo Hebrew dates back to 2100 BC, within 300 years of the flood. What does that tell you? If the seal dates to within 300 years of the flood, Shem was 100 years old in 2486 BC. That tells me something else. So somebody had to teach Aram Aramaic. It had to be his daddy, Shem. Right. You understand?
You know what I find most impressive about your writings is that, first of all, like you say, who are the Negroes? That's the Negro question.
That's the question.
You have some people, shalom, chat, everybody, that say Israel never existed. And you came on a program one time before and you mentioned about the Moabite stone, right? And you was reading the Moabite stone. And I was like, wow, damn, there it is right there. And there's other artifacts, of course, but there it is that Israel exists. What do you have to say about people saying there's no evidence that Israel never exists, or it's pseudo, or it's make up?
But check this out. Now, to the listening audience, you have to learn when you're dealing with brothers and sisters in the street, when they make comments that are correct, you got to learn to give them their little kudos. When a guy comes along and says, there's no such thing as Israel, technically he's correct, because there is no I in Hebrew. The correct spelling was what? Yisrael. Y-S-H-R-A-L. In fact, we got a stone on the front of that on the front of the book.
You want to share the screen? You want to share your screen?
Could you?
Here, put it in, I'll share it. Thanks for putting thanks for asking, Warrior Lord, and thanks for putting the link in, the Negro Question Bookstore. Thank you.
Here it is right here. Can you share that?
Well, wait a minute, it's got to pop up on my side, then I'll share it.
Okay.
But if any more questions, it hasn't popped up yet, Lee. You got to hit. Okay. Did you?
Do I have to hit share? Or I do, don't I? I'm sorry.
Yeah. Chicago, man. Chicago.
Hey, man, look, I always tell people I got to get out more. But everybody getting shot in my town. But there's no share on my side. I don't see
there it. Isn't. Look at the bottom. Should be at the bottom.
I don't see it, man. Well, that's okay. You should have it. You got it on that.
Well, now I'm going to talk about me because I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to go.
Well, that's okay. if you
My
guys
boy,
go,
he come in the room real soon too. Shasham coming in here, show us how to do it.
listen. But the point of the matter is, there is no. I'm gonna be honest with you. There is no such thing as Israel. It is Yisrael. YSHRAL. You guys are scholars. Just listen to me. So you already that's an interesting connection, because when was the I added? In 16 what? 1619, 1611 with King James.
Right.
When first his name was spelled what? IAMES. Then they dropped the J in. So all I'm simply saying to you is, when you go and look at these ancient stones and you look at the Dead Sea Scroll, you're not going to see Israel on the scroll. You're going to see Yisrael.
Right. Okay, there goes
That's why it's important. It's important. Right. That's why it's important. Right. And look, because Yisrael's name is on all the stones and in the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's how I get them. When they say, "Ain't no such thing as Israel," I say, "You're right, but there's no such thing as Yisrael."
Right. Hey, Sham, I'm glad you came in. We want to share some stuff. I told him to share it. I don't know why he said he can't share it. Can you help us out?
He got to hit the share screen button at the bottom.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can find it. I don't even see it on my screen, man. Hold up. Let me see if I decrease my screen some. I don't see it.
Mute, stop, cam, share, invite, leave.
I saw that.
Well, you see Mike, Cam, guest, more. All of it should be down there.
I don't see it on mine.
The share button.
Yeah, well, that's not share
button. Your laptop?
Yeah.
It should be there.
Yeah, well.
Can you see the chat? Can you see the chat?
No, I can see Shasham's name, your name, my name. I can see this, but I can't see any. I don't know if it's just maybe it's just my screen.
Can he make it smaller? Because I don't know why he don't see. He should be able to see the chat too, right, Sham? He's at work.
That's okay. If you guys go to the
your screen might be too enlarged, because can you mute your mic?
No, I can't. Let me see.
Yeah, the screen is too enlarged then, because if you can't mute your own mic and see your own camera, that means your screen is too large and you can't see what's at the bottom.
Here,
you gotta monitor the screen down something, because it's so large, it's cutting off the screen where the everything else is at.
You got a touch screen or mouse?
I've just got touch screen.
Okay, squeeze it.
It won't let me, man. I'm trying. And I'm actually trying, but
don't worry about it.
Let's just stick with the flow.
Right.
Now, guys, if you guys go to the what we were dealing with, your question or your thought was, these people, these other entities that are saying that there's no proof of Israel outside the Bible. You know why? Because they're looking for the proof in all the wrong places. They can't read the stones. And a lot of the so-called elders and the scholars, they make light of being able to read the Dead Sea Scroll, the Moabite stele, the Kilamua stele, the Merkaba steles. All these stones mention the names of the kings of Israel, kings of Judah, David specifically, Omri specifically, Yisrael, Zion, King Pekah of Israel, Tiglath-Pileser of Assyria, all on these stones in Paleo-Hebrew, or what we call Aramaic. So, I think that's the next step, the evolution in the scholarship of the Hebrew teacher.
Right. Before we get into the course, and something you want to bring out, you briefly talked about it. Can you go into a little bit more? Is what started you on this path? Because I know you used to play professional football, but what started you on this path? Basketball. Yeah. So what actually started you on the path to say, I'm gonna write books about us?
You ain't gonna believe it.
Please knowledge.
You go think this is spookery. I was sitting, and now this is real. This is what happened. I was sitting at a desk one day, sitting at a computer, and I had this unction, and I like to say I heard a voice. It said, write a book. And I sat down that day and I started writing. I wrote 3 books in about 6 months. Of course, the first couple books were garbage. structurally the whole nine. I didn't know what I was doing, but I wrote those books. But that spirit, I call it the spirit of the scribe. It's a spirit that comes over you. It'll come over you to write a book, and it'll be on you the entire time that you put in the book and writing the book. And then when you're finished, it leaves. Now I know that sounds creepy, but it's like something comes over me from the time that I begin to write the book until I finish. And I'll know when the book is done, it leaves me. I know that sounds like spookery, but that's just the way it is. Huh?
Yeah, that's where it is. That's how a lot of stuff I do came upon me. So your studies, how do you study, and where you get your studies from, your academia? What's your scholarship?
This is the thing. I got a degree in accounting, but then I own 3 collection agencies. Now, when I was owning these collection agencies, I had to learn how to skip trace, find people. Little did I know that God was, he had me become a bill collector and a skip tracer to teach me how to do research. I see, you don't realize the little jobs that you work, the businesses that you own, they're preparing you for something bigger. So once I started doing research for these books, I was a natural. And then I learned, and then it dawned on me. I never had people say, "Did you go to any of those countries?" I said, "Why would I have to get on an airplane when I can go to any nation under the sun through the internet and undetected?" You feel me? So that's how it happened. And when I first started writing, when I wrote that first book, I was angry. The first book, I was angry. Right. But then the Most High taught me something, that our mission is to do what? Recover all the sons of Adam. I started realizing as the years went by, Gentiles want to know the truth about themselves too. They've been lied to too. They were taught they came from the Caucasus Mountains. That's impossible. The Caucasus Mountains run through Russia.
Right.
So I started finding out that Gentiles was reading the Negro question. Tripped me out, man. Huh?
A lot of people actually reading your stuff because before I knew you, they come on talking about, read Professor Lee. I'm like, who's got me? Everybody's talking, and they were said, but they will use your studies and claim it as their own. How do you suggest? Right. Oh, somebody also said your mouse kicked in. That's why I won't do it. They said your mouse actually kicked in. That's why you can't share or move your screen, because your mouse kicked in.
Oh, okay.
It reminded me of the artist formerly known as Prince, bless his soul, that he was trying to get people to stop stealing his music. Because you remember back in the day, Lee, where black artists would make music and then white artists would come out and say their version of it. It's exact same damn song, exact everything.
And kill it.
Right. Kill it.
Right.
So what is your suggestion, I mean, particularly really for you, to stop that type of stuff happening? Because a lot of people use your work and you don't get any revenue from it. They use your work, put it all in their books, you get no revenue from it.
What I started doing was this. Once I realized what was going on, I took a whole year off from writing. I used to publish a book every 4 to 6 months. I'd publish a book. Then I noticed, hey, these cats biting off me, and they're not giving me my credit. So you know what I did? This time I took a year and a half. I took a whole year and a half just to see if there would be any new creativity in this genre. And there wasn't. And one thing you start noticing is all the books that are being written, it's all the same subject. We Israel. So what you got to do is to keep getting, if you're a new author, after you write your first piece, just start switching up on them. You know, you got to keep switching up on them, because I try to write the books and something like this new book, this dictionary, it's going to take 3 to 5 years for them to catch up to the concept, to catch up, to figure out what I did. How did I do this? How did I put this book together, this dictionary? Right. First, they got to learn Aramaic. Then it's a lot they got to learn. So, you know.
Can you go into what's significant about Hebrews speaking Aramaic? How do we end up learning how to speak Aramaic?
See, this is the thing. what I didn't realize when I started this, I set out to learn how to read and write and translate because I didn't trust the Gentile translators. You know, in case in point, when I went back and translated the Kill 'Em More Steel, they had left anywhere from 75 to 80% of the material untouched, where they never translated. Now, whether they did it purposely, I don't know. I can't tell. They got like maybe 4 lines right, and the other 20-something lines they blew it. And I learned from that you cannot trust when you're out here reading. It says in Latin this means this, in Greek this means that. No, you got to go back. Don't be lazy. Go get a alphabet and translate it yourself. And that's what really got me. Once I realized that these cats were not translating correctly, I stopped trusting translators completely. I check everything. If I read a Russian document, I go get a Russian alphabet and I translate it myself. That's just how quirky I am.
Right. Okay, I want to go get a pen because I got a few questions. I don't want to hold you too long. I'm gonna make a statement, then I got to ask the question. The statement is, and then you can land me back on it if you like. The importance of learning this stuff, because if you look at like the Japanese or the Chinese, they will go into different countries and they open up their stores and everything on the outside of stores in their language. You understand? They will go to different countries and it's in their language. You know, you can go into Walmart in different parts of America or Target, and you will see something written in Spanish and you see something written in English. Right. Even when you get on the bus, it speaks English and it speaks Spanish to where I live at. Right. So for me, the importance of learning this language is to bring back our language. You understand? Bring back our language, because as long as you want to oppress a language, they can dictate, change the alphabet, how you pronunciate different things. I remember one time, if you say ain't in school, you might get smacked by the teacher. Now it's okay.
But guess what ain't is?
Hebrew
is a Hebrew. It's called the A. It's the letter O. And what you're doing is black folk are subconsciously speaking. We subconsciously have elements of Hebrew in our verbiage, in the way we talk. And white folks or the Gentiles said, "Oh, they called it slang." Then they called it Ebonics. They didn't know what it was.
Ebonics, ain't that some shit?
But in our language, Hebrew is in our language. It's like there's a word we use like gimme. You say gimme. Well, gimme is the Hebrew letter, the G, the Gamil. Gimme. So what I'm saying is the book is, I don't want the audience to confuse this conversation. The book is not solely about Hebrew. The first part of the book is 6,000 years of human history, written in Aramaic and English with artifacts. The second part of the book is going to teach you how to look at it, how to translate it. That's a 4-step patented process that I got in that book. So what we want to do is, I want to take 40 people. I need 40 people to teach. So you can go teach another 40. Not just Hebrew, but 6,000 years of human history, beginning with Adam, coming down to 2021, and then teach Aramaic. We want our people we want these Gentiles to understand that critical race theory started with us. We started that. When did we start critical race theory? When the first time we told them we was Israel.
Right.
That was what they can't say. We need a term for this that won't be offensive, that won't be racist. So they came up with a phrase, critical race theory. I told my guys, we started that.
Hey, hold that thought. Yeah. Again, we may have to go back and forth because you got new people coming.
Go ahead. Right. I don't care. Go ahead.
It's gonna be a course taught along with buying the book. 2, somebody said they hit the link and it didn't work. So the sister put it in again. The Negro Question Bookstore.ecwid.com.
Yep, that's right. That'll work.
Yeah. So maybe last time it was wrong, but that's it again. Okay. Yeah, so you want to go over there again because a lot more people come in the room to answer the question. Tell them what goes along with the book again. Then you go back to where you left off.
Okay, now this is the thing. It's a super course. The book itself, the course is going to deal with. We're going to start the first day of the course. I'm going to give you a little sneak preview. The first day of the course, instead of dealing with human history, the first day we're going to deal with eternity. We're going to show you how the war kicked off in heaven. And then after the war kicked off in heaven, we're going to show you how the earth became a casualty of the war. And then we're going to show you how this thing started out, how the Creator did his creation, how he made the firmament out of a beaten molten glass. Little stuff like that. And then we're going to walk history down from Adam to Noah to Shem to Abraham, the prophets, down to Jesus. Then we're going to show you something unique in this class. You heard it here first. We're going to show you, I want y'all to quote me on this. I'm going to show you in this class how Israel became the Roman Byzantine Empire. And how the brother, yeah, that's a brand new one, ain't it? The Byzantine Empire, I want y'all to hear this, because since he got me started, the Byzantine Empire ruled for 1,000 years, and don't nobody even know it. The book say one day to the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years one day. They had to be Hebrews. And that's the reason why you didn't know that, if you didn't know it. The Byzantine Empire showed up in Jerusalem on the day of Pentecost, Cappadocia, Pontus, Phrygia. Show you all that in this class. Then we're going to show you that them same Byzantines became the Black Britons, and them same Black Britons were the original colonizers of the 13 colonies. People say, I want my reparation. I said, no. I was in an elevator full of white folks downtown Chicago. And the brother talking about, yeah, man, you hear them talking about, we're going to get reparations. I said it out loud. I said, I'm not interested in reparations. I want 13 states. Every white person on that elevator turned and looked at me. They understood. This man can see. So all I'm simply saying to you is that link, the Negro Question bookstore.ec with ECWID.com. You go over there. The only cost of this 12-week course is that you buy the dictionary. Compare, if you don't believe it, compare a 24-hour history course at any of these universities. It's about $300 a credit. $300 per credit. That's $7,000. You're gonna get a better education from me, and then you're gonna get the bonus. You're gonna learn how to translate. You can't beat that.
Okay, I got a few more questions.
Go ahead.
The chat. I don't know if it's on topic, Tim. He said about the book. Does the book Adam and Eve? Do you believe that's is it real? The second question was can the book be delivered overseas? And my question, my question is once people, you say you need 40 people. Once people buy the book, is there any way they locking themselves in through this system to be online to get this class? Because say you get 100 people.
That's what it is. If I go over, you know I'm not turning anybody away.
Right.
But this is the thing, getting back to the first question. This is what people keep asking me about the Apocrypha. Well, what do you believe, Professor? I said, this is my stance. Show me a copy of the original. Because if our fathers wrote it, it was written in what? Paleo-Hebrew or Aramaic. Mm-hmm. Right now, we got the Dead Sea Scrolls. We got the Isaiah Scrolls. We got all the scrolls of the prophets right there on the internet. And they're written in Paleo-Hebrew or Aramaic. So I always tell people, if you go swear by one of these lost books, make sure that you can find a copy of the original. Yeah, and Qanath, tell them, yeah, we do deliver overseas.
Yeah, and they deliver overseas. Yep.
We do deliver overseas. Yep.
All right.
And we'll take that shipping. We'll pay that shipping cost. Not a problem.
You heard that? You heard that, brothers and sisters.
The thing is, if you take the class, hey, we want people from different countries to take the class. We're getting ready to do a press. We're gonna start shooting press releases out to the United Kingdom, Canada. Who else, Lord? Germany. We got a small book following in Germany. We got a decent following in France. We're all over Africa. We're all over the United States. I want this to have an international feel to it because I personally believe that this is going to be big. Because imagine you get to go back and teach people what you're being taught: facts, eyewitness account, references, artifacts. And then you can sit down and do something that your elders can't do. You can read and write and translate.
Right.
Your father's alphabet. This is gonna be beautiful.
Right. It is. It is. So, all right. You can go in. Any more questions? Anybody have? Because I think I had some closing questions. Just writing them down. But any more questions?
He ready to get rid of me, guys.
No. I'm not getting rid of you. No,
Go ahead.
I'm letting you. I'm letting you go. I just want to let you go ahead and rock a little bit because I want to save a couple more questions for the end when you finish. But I want anybody to have any questions, please come in. This is what we always been doing anyway. I know there's been a lot of foolishness going on, but we had to bring it out because we don't deal with certain things like that, and that's how we stand. We're not just on one thing here on this side, you know. And we're glad to come.
But that's critical. But that's critical that you guys allow yourselves expansion.
Right.
Because some people have painted themselves into a corner now they're being characterized. Well, this guy's a teacher. That guy's he's a preacher. That guy's he's a historian. No, don't let people label you. Be all that you can be.
Right. Oh, excuse me. So, how long have you been teaching?
About almost at least 25 years, 30 years. I've been teaching a long time.
And your favorite subject?
It's only one subject, man. It's Yeshua or Jesus. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, like that's something that the young teachers gonna have to learn. It's not the Qanath show. It's not the Professor Cummings show or Shar Sham. It's Jesus or Yeshua all day, every day. And once you learn that, you know, he's gonna test you too, because you ever see some of these camps, they got 5,000, 10,000 people. They got people around the country. And then the Lord just give you 10, 15, 30. And the Lord just sit back and watch you to see, are you in it? Are you in it for the fame? Or are you really in it for him? Right? You feel me, Qanath?
Hey, if nobody can tell by now, I'm not in it for the fame.
Right. You know ain't no money in this. If you think you're going to get wealthy being a teacher in Israel, you can forget it.
Man, tell me about it.
Ain't no wealthy game. This is a love game. You either love it. That's your love, man. That's it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough too. You know what I mean? Because it's tough too. A lot of times you put work in, and sometimes people don't appreciate it. And it's funny because we brought out stuff that we know nobody's actually brought out in Israel before. You know, or we built on something, but we brought out stuff, and then people wouldn't get the credit, wouldn't give us credit for it. And then next thing you know, we see them teaching it. You know, I'm
There's
like,
a lot of haters out here, man. But
you know, damn, they got it from us.
But what's the major problem we have, Qanath? We got guys teaching that have not been taught. You got a guy that's been teaching. You got some guys come out to Sunday church, and I'm happy for them because the Lord reached down and grabbed them out of that darkness, right?
Right.
But the guy might have in the Sunday church. He might have been somebody. He might have had a real big title: bishop, pastor, apostle, overseer. Right. But then he coming to the camp with Israel. He got to get in the back of the line. He ain't nobody. Oh, I don't mean it like that literally. Well, technically, it happened to me.
Well, let me say. Can I say this? Yeah. It's just like coming from junior high school to high school. All of it's school.
It was a big difference, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're a freshman now. You know, you're starting all over. You know what I mean? That's how this comes in knowledge.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. So the new guys that's coming in, they have to understand. Look, man, you got guys that got 20, 30, 40 years. in this, they gonna always know more than you. That's just the way it is. And don't be offended. So to condense what I'm saying, we got the new guys trying to teach. That's been on. They only been doing this a year, 2 years, 3 years. Your zeal is fine, but everybody needs a teacher. So
but you know what? Also, Professor, a lot of them
needs a teacher. Yeah,
a lot of them that's want to be teachers regurgitating what they heard and never actually sat down. You know,
they become the robot.
Right, they regurgitate what they heard and not study them for themselves to elevate. The scriptures say knowledge shall increase, and they haven't elevated. You know, that's why I like having people on this program that elevates, right? That show me something. Not that I know a lot, but show me something. You know, I was asked one time, well, Qanath, why don't you go to a university and speak? And Sham and I have been asked that on numerous occasions by professors at schools, and I said, well, a lot of stuff that I know, they won't let me say that in school.
Right.
You know, they won't let me. Even I could try to dress it up, but they're not gonna let me say it. I can't go in there and speak the way they want me to speak. You know, I could be professional, you know, but when it comes down to, like my brother say, the nitty gritty, right, and start doing this type of stuff on that board, they're not gonna let that happen. You know, they kick me out there, man, with a big boot.
Well, the thing is, I always say this: the government. This is a phrase that I made up. The government-sponsored educational system. The government-sponsored educational system has a mandate, and the mandate is to keep Israel in darkness concerning himself. They teach a white supremacist education. That's the reason why our children are so. They go to school, they normal. Once they come up out that public school, they psychotic. They can't. They're not themselves any longer. They're being taught in a subliminal way to hate themselves. They don't realize that the Most High gave us rulership of the planet for the first 5,600 years. It's only been in the last 250 to 300 years that we have not ruled. I think we got a good deal from the Most High. He let us rule for almost 5,600. It's only been since what? Allegedly 1619, 400 years.
1400.
So, 400 years we ain't been in place. Allegedly. We ain't, but for the first 5,600 years, I think we got a good deal. So you gotta let the barbarians rule to be fair. So he started out with who? Ham. Then he let us rule. And now it's the Gentiles' turn. They don't even 400 years. They've only been speaking a known language for 1,000 years. And I proved that in the dictionary. I'll tell you something. I tell some of the guys, if you buy that dictionary, it's a come up for you.
I believe it.
That's
somebody said go to anyway. Yeah, I said, brother Ness Roberts says, say it anyway. He told me to go to the schools and say it anyway. I don't know this is saying Ness Roberts that's on my Facebook that be doing classes. If that's you, put a yes in. If that's you, man, I really enjoy your classes. If that's you, because I do peep in periodically, and you be saying some deep stuff. He also, the same guy, Professor, he be talking about the Igbo. I'm sorry, the Bantu language. The Bantu.
That was. Hey, if you go back and look at the ancient maps of West Africa, you get the maps from like 2000 BC. All that was Bantu, and Bantu means bone. 2 bones. What 2 bones? Bantu in Hebrew is bone. Bana is bone, and the tall means 2. What 2 bones do you know of? Israel and Judah.
Right. He said that's him. And real sidebar, real quick, Professor. Hey, Mr. Roberts, I asked you to come on the show one time. I'd like to have you on the show too, bro, because you're a very wise brother. You know, I and believe it or not, Israel, I watch other people too. I teach a lot, you know, but I watch and learn from everybody. And this brother here is very deep too. I'll ask you, Professor, check him out sometime. This is the brother I was telling you about that they be doing the Bantu, man, linking up with the Bible, man. I was truly amazed. You know,
hey man, that was the guys, man. If you go back and look at, that's why y'all, if you want to know who was in West Africa before the Gentiles got there, before they messed up the maps. You got to go back to like 2000, the maps from 2000 BC, 1800. You will see all that was Bantu. There was nothing in West Africa but the Bantu, from Mauritania all the way up to I say the Congo. That was all Bantu. That was Israel.
That's right. That's right. So, Mr. Roberts, man, inbox me. You done committed yourself now, somewhat. I would like for you to, I would like for you to come on the show. You know, and because look, you told me go to school and do it anyway. So I would like for you to come on this program, man, and because I was watching you when you was getting like 7-8 views. I was like, damn, this brother deep, you know. So I've been following you, man, and man, you're on another level, brother, on another level. But yeah, no doubt. So this the professor book. Hey, you know what? I got to get a copy now, man. I got to get a copy. I got to go on my piggy bank or something. I got to get my Lammy bank.
Listen, guys, we are. The Bible says in the last days that knowledge would run to and fro and increase in the earth. That's what's happening in it. Y'all can see. Listen.
Yes, sir.
For the first 58 years of human history, mankind was on horse and buggies. I think during the Civil War, they had the locomotive, and the steamboat. In the last, let me see, in the last 200, in the last 100 and what, 50-some, 160-some years, he done built rockets. He done went to the ocean floor in some parts of the ocean. He's flying airplanes. All that has happened in the last 150-some, 160 years. Mm-hmm. This is the thing that Peter quoted of Joel. He said, this is that which was spoken of by the prophet Joel, that in the last days, the Lord's going to pour out His Spirit on all flesh. This is what's happening. Everywhere you turn, somebody screaming what? Israel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's all over, man. I'll say this at the end. But anybody want to contact me, especially you, Ness, whitejohnson123@yahoo.com. Contact me, brother, so we can hook up. Again, put the link in for the professor class and
the bookstore.
The bookstore. You put that in also. Again, and this class, he's looking for 40 people to take. How long is the class again? The course?
The course it's a 12-week course. It's going to last 12 weeks. 1 hour. It's going to be Monday and Wednesdays from 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock Central Time. It's going to be a 24-hour course. It's going to last 12 weeks. Start beginning September 22nd. The only thing you need to do is buy the dictionary and you come on board. You're going to be sitting there with scholars from all around the country and all around the world. It's an interactive course. It won't just be me teaching. You're going to get it's going to be Q&As. You're going to see me. It's going to be a platform just like this off Zoom.
I got to be on it.
It's gonna be some sharp people. But what we want to do is we want to start something new. We want to show these Gentiles that they are not our teachers. This is the scam they've been running. They controlling history. So what we have to do is, if we can't get real history in their school classrooms, we need to go outside and start our own stuff. Mm-hmm. So we teach 40. They go back and teach 40. That 40 goes back and teach 40. After a while, we just started something.
Right. We have to start somewhere, man. Because you notice that, like in Texas, they want to take out.
There you go.
They're taking out stuff about our history, taking it out. You know.
Yeah. They have
and they're renaming it. What they call it? They actually renaming it. I can't think of it. Just popped in me.
They got absolute impunity to rewrite history. And then there's another thing that's a hell of a point. But the Texas school system or school board, they send the books out to the rest of the country. They write the criteria for the rest of the country. Texas,
right?
One of the most racist states in the union.
Right. Exactly. Hey, Professor, go ahead. Give me a second because I go to the restroom. Go ahead and take over for a little bit. I'll be right back. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's okay.
Go ahead. Sam here too. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, all right. One of the things, one of the focuses is in this history class, or it's two-part. I call it a super course, and because I don't think it's ever been done before, and it hasn't been done that I know of in the Black community, where we come in and say, okay, we're gonna teach 6,000 years of human history. We're gonna show you Joseph in the 12th dynasty of Egypt. We're going to show you Moses in the 18th dynasty of Egypt. We're going to show you all the pharaohs with the last name Moses. All that's going to come out in the class. We're going to show you timelines. We're going to show you how we found Moses, how we found Joseph, using the timeline that Gabriel gave to Daniel in the book of Daniel. You know, little bitty things like that. We're going to show you, we're going to do a breakdown of the 70 weeks. We're going to show you that from the moment that Nehemiah went back to Jerusalem and began to build the walls and the streets, from that moment, the Most High did a countdown. The first 49 years, we're going to show you that the first 49 years or 7 weeks was given to Nehemiah. And then from that moment forth, that was the reason why the wise men were able to find Jesus, because they did the countdown. Little stuff like that we're going to be showing in the class. But one of the most compelling things is, I tell people all the time, you can see in the histories and the teachings in Israel, everybody's bringing Israel out of West Africa. But after 70 AD, nobody brings him out of Europe. They seem to lose him.
All right, shalom, Professor.
Hey, what's up, Doc?
How many pages is inside the dictionary?
270. And it's 8 by 11, so everything is big.
Yeah, that's a big book. I gotta get that.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, and guess what? And another thing, it's in color.
It's in color?
It's in color.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We it took me a year and a half to finish this book. Is that it?
Yeah, I was checking out a few of your other books online as well.
Hey, you know, you could go if you why don't you Google the bookstore, and the dictionary. I have a link on there where you can actually look in on a couple of the pages that's in the dictionary, so that you can get a view. You can see it's designed like a regular concordance, but it's some major differences. Like if you see Abraham's name in English, right next to it, you'll see the correct spelling in Paleo Hebrew. You have the scripture where you can go find it, and any artifacts. You see that?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
Yeah, click on, and then peek in on a couple of pages and tell the audience what you see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm sorry.
Hold on a second.
He was checking out the bookstore.
No, my computer running a little slow. Okay, here we go. Now it's moving now to the part where I need to get. I just seen it. It said look inside. Hold on.
Yeah, click on that, and then when you click on that, just go. Yeah.
I don't know why. Like it's disappeared. I thought I saw it.
Well, when you get it back, just come time back in.
I mean, see if it's under the soft cover. See more. Oh, okay. Now I see it. Okay, I did see more. Okay. Yeah. The Hebrew word lamed is the
right.
English.
You see the structure. It says it's set up just like a regular concordance dictionary, but the only difference is you got what? You got the English spelling, you got the Hebrew spelling, and then you got your scripture reference just like a regular concordance. But the only difference is any artifacts we're gonna have that dictionary has it has seals, it has shekels, seals, maps, timelines, everything that a regular dictionary wouldn't have.
Yeah, I definitely I need this book ASAP. This is
you see the difference. Look, you know what, Shop? There's nothing on the market designed like this, huh?
I like how you got the pictures on there too. Hold on, let me see if I can turn my camera on for a second. I don't know if I can. You know what?
Don't give all the goods away.
No, it's right there.
No, that's on the pages that
Okay, great.
That's on
Go ahead
the
and show
page that we let the customers sample.
I don't know if I can share. Hold on 1 second. Let me come out and come back in.
Okay.
All right, I'm back.
All right, were you able to pull it up?
Yeah.
There it is. He pull it up now.
Say it.
Hey, want to make a large screen, Sam?
Oh, I
Make a
see
large
that.
screen.
That's pretty good. Yeah, y'all like that? That's the dictionary. That's how the dictionary is for. That's hey, all in color, guys.
Hold on.
Okay, good. I got you large screen, Sam. You
Yeah,
want to
this
explain
is-
some of that, Professor? Go back to the wording, Shaw. Go ahead. There you
Well,
go.
see each. Now you see how this is set up. Now, the page before that in the book, the first page is going to be the lid by itself. So when you open it up, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see that, and then what it is, it's going through the natural alphabet in L. So you went from L to C, then you went to Lazarus, then you go to Leah. But and if there are any art like this, like that picture he's showing on the screen is of Lake Dish. Now this picture he's showing right now, that is the brother or the sister that asked the question, could I read Samaritan? That is Samaritan on the screen right there. You see that right there? First you got it in Paleo Hebrew, right next to Sarah, and then beneath it, you got what? Samaritan. So also on some of the pages, I need to put this in here. On some of the pages, you're gonna have the Dead Sea Scrolls on that page. You're gonna have the Samaritan Pentateuch on that page. You're gonna have Paleo Hebrew. You're gonna have all kind of styles on one page. And I'm gonna teach you how to translate all that.
Okay, great. Hey,
There's nothing, hey guys, there's nothing on the market like this. Nothing, man.
Wow, there we go.
So that's what's happening. We're gonna get started. We need you guys. If you go to the Negro Question Bookstore .ecwid, E as in Ethel, C as in Charlie, WID.com. Boom, and it's there by the dictionary, and you signed in for the course.
There we go. There we go. So there you have it, brothers and sisters.
I've been trying to get this guy to go to the bookstore and look at the. Hey man, not today, tomorrow. Man, come on, man.
Hey,
is that it?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, that's it. Hey, let me ask you a question before we go.
Yeah.
Considering everything we're going through, us, the Negroes, what we're going through, what would be your advice in this day and age for our people?
Hey man, best thing I can say is, man, just hold on to the Creator. You gotta hold on to the Creator, and don't be a fanatic. Don't be fanatical about being Israel. You still live. Some of us still live in the hood. I still live in the hood. You gotta. The Bible says, be wise as a serpent, but harmless as a dove. Always, be conscious of your environment. Be conscious of everybody around you. And I know you ain't gonna like what I'm about to say, but you can't. Don't trust nobody, because the one thing that's coming out in the news on the regular is a friend killed a friend. So the friends are killing each other now. So you be mindful of that. Your friends, your family members, and your God in that order. And some of them you gotta watch, huh?
That's where it go down. As I told my oldest sons, I said, be mindful who you have around you. I said, because a lot of murders comes from their own friends.
Mr. Cat, he called. I read a piece, and I know you got to go. I saw a piece the other day. Guy got shot 17 times. You know what he said? He said, my friend did that to me. Ain't that crazy?
Well, you look at Israel, man. This is history. Look at the Bible. We sold each other out in the Bible.
Hey, listen,
We
man.
sold our own brother into captivity.
Listen, man. I teach a Sabbath class, and last Sabbath I said, haven't you ever asked yourself the question, how come the alphabet boys don't infiltrate the Sunday church? They don't have to, because they know that the preacher's dumb and he's teaching stupidity to them. So as long as they dumb, the alphabet ain't gonna show up. I said, but in every Hebrew camp, there's a spy. And so when I said that, I said, in fact, it could be one on this line right now. Everybody got quiet.
They was like, you know what? They was like, is he talking about me?
Right. I said, hey, look, I know these things, you know? So, So all I'm saying, hey, I love you, brothers. I love the fact that you gave me this platform, but I just want you all to realize something. I want you to hear this. We got our own dictionary now. We doing big things in Israel. We start to sanctify ourselves from these Gentiles. The book said they're going to tell the Lord when he come back that their fathers inherited lies. That's what they're going to tell them. So if the Gentiles are saying their fathers inherited lies, why are you teaching out of their history books? I don't understand. That's all I got. Unless the moderator has something else.
Oh no, I'm good. Again, brothers and sisters, y'all can find the book, the Negro Question Bookstore. Right, the link is up there. Please buy the brother book. And if you like,
all you basically doing is all you basically doing. You're not even really paying. You're not paying for the course, because the course is worth $7,000. That ain't nothing but that's like basically a donation.
right.
And you getting a classic for $250, and that's what this is, a classic for $250. You sit it on your coffee table, you turn your back, somebody gonna steal it. You take it out in public, ain't nobody never seen nothing like it before.
Yep.
That's what you get in a classic. Qanath.
And he told me that. Hey, he told me this the other day. He said, "Hey, I got a great idea." I said, "What?" He said, "Man, I'm gonna give a free class." I said,
"Yeah,
with this book." He told me this a couple days ago. I said, "You know what? Go for it." I said, "That's beautiful, bro. We always gotta give back." So what better? Hey, man, look, we always helping each other out, but hey, other people just want you to buy their product and don't give you shit back. This brother's his product, right, lasts longer than shoes, lasts longer than a meal, lasts longer than a movie, and it's gonna last longer than most of your women and men you get.
Man, don't
right?
say that.
Right?
You know that's the truth. That book will last a whole lot.
That book will still be around when that man leave you or that woman leave you. Right? The children get old and move on, that book will still be there.
Boy, you preaching now. Preach.
Hey, right? Hey, look, with information in that book that nobody has, also with a 12-week course that's going to start from the beginning until we are right now. You can't bring it all the way down.
We're gonna bring it all the way down. We're gonna bring it all the way down to Qanath. Okay.
Right.
All right, guys. I'm out.
Hey man, most high bless. Thanks for coming on again.
Hey. This was more peaceful than that last time, and I apologize. And I want to make a public apology now. I really felt kind of bad because I wasn't myself, and I'm sorry about that. I enjoyed this.
This was good. This is good. Hey, look. By the way, let me make this public. Professor, and we don't really deal with Gentiles like that, but the professor, you know what? If this guy really wants some smoke talking about vocab, let him know. I called vocab up. He said he was going to do it. I said, "You sure you want the professor?" He must have thought about it, because now when I call, the man don't want.
I was going to retire that guy.
You don't want no
retire him. All right, guys. I'm out.
Most high bless, man. We out. We out, man.
Bro, peace.
All right, shalom. Thanks again, family, for tuning in. Most high will have more people come on. For me, I'm gonna come on, but not as much as I used to, because I'm finding something interesting about our people, man. I know we're very entertaining, but this is serious to me. And I don't know how serious it is to other people. You know, I just don't know how serious it is to other people. But this is very serious to me, and I don't know if it's serious to other people like that. I put a lot of hard work in to get people to come on the platform. I put a lot of hard work in to come in with different topics, studies. You know, and I know a lot of y'all appreciate it. You know, I don't know. I guess my spirit kind of vexed right now, you know, but y'all stay strong, man. I'm gonna try to stay strong as much as I possibly can. You know, yeah, send some money to Shawsham and Dan Show, send something to me. And I mean begging for them. Just send Qanath like to drink wine. Just to buy me some wine, man. Hey, you know, it don't seem like Qanath get nothing. You know, but at the end of the day, man, Most High bless y'all. That's our cash app right there. Y'all, Shane, you want to say something before we go, bro? Because I'm about to be out.
Yeah. Please subscribe to Civil War and set the record straight. We're going to start going live on those channels every week. And we're going to cut some traffic down just a little bit over here with us so that, you know, because YouTube, they're trying to, you know, do what they do. So we got to build those platforms up so we can stay online, y'all. So we'll be on Set the Record Straight Civil War a lot more now, from now on.
And I got over 100-something classes lined up. Sham, no. You know, I mean, and Yehuda too. You know, I don't know, man. I was just telling everybody, man, reevaluate your life, serve the Most High, reevaluate your life. I know Sham took some time off one time because he had to deal with his family issues and stuff like that. I'm considering doing that because at one time I got sick and I didn't take off because I even got sick. I took off because our channel got flagged for 3 months, you know, and during that whole time I was still studying, preparing classes, you know, but yeah, I just got to reevaluate some things. But hey, look, man, Most High bless y'all. Most High will. We're going to see y'all on them channels. Please subscribe to Set the Record Straight. Please share this video. I was supposed to have been bringing on Uncle Sug tonight. Hey, look, give me some ones up if y'all want to see Uncle Sug tonight. If y'all want Uncle Sug to come on the program tonight, what's a good time for you, Sham?
I'm guessing around maybe 9:30 or 10.
So let's do 10.
I gotta get my kids.
Right. So let's do 10. If y'all want Uncle Sug to come on tonight, let's do 10 because they flagged this channel. Him and I talk, and he can't go on live. He can't let people know, but he has some stuff that he want to say. Hey, Shane, did you get in touch with our Moore brother?
Say it again.
The Moore's brother. You know, y'all supposed to be hooking up, man. We're supposed to be hooking up.
Oh yeah, I got an email. To Huckabee.
To Huckabee, yeah. He wants us to come on this platform. Like I said, we got a person that's coming on. That's one of the original members of the Black Panthers. Some information. And you want to mention that a little bit out before we go?
Yep, she's going to come on. And just discuss a few things. I don't want to say what she's going to discuss yet because we ain't get to talk about it. But she already said that she was going to do an interview over here for us. She's one of the original Black Panthers. Put in a lot of work. I believe she knew Khaled Muhammad. And I don't want to, let out a whole bunch of stuff. But y'all say she's the original Black Panther.
No doubt. Okay. So with that, man, we out of here. So they said ones they want to see. I don't know. It's Black Panther. See, I have no idea, and I really don't even care. But so they put one. I'm gonna call Shug. Man, Shug is funny. I'm gonna call him up, man. See can we do 10 o'clock, and if we can do it, y'all see the thumbnail, and we'll rock from there. All right. Shalom.
All right, shalom. Hold on.